be faster. You want to hurry to the end of the round so you can listen to the rest of it.
Now, out of fear of my music playing during the round. It's raining men. If anyone
That's a good song.
No, okay, not like the one where that British girl redid it, like the original by the Weather Girls. I have strong feelings about the remake.
When you started
Okay.
with
Yeah.
not this one, I thought you were going to say the RuPaul remix, and you didn't, which is a little disappointing in you. I'm not going to lie, but whatever.
Have you seen the music video for the original thing?
It's so funny. So well made.
Everyone good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure. Now everyone good? Okay. Part 1 is for customer focusing key government comes obligation to protect
Clear.
people. Other theories we repression under the brothers irrelevant or insufficient, which allows structures and domination to refine because detail the unintended consequences help to reinforce the narrow vision protectors against racial powers being able to act without having to
Clear.
pour it into others and count unequal effects of policy are foreseeable just because careful attention to complex harmful effects unintended consequences arguments help to promote a simplicity moral message that guides intellectual legal scholars who intend to put intellectual rigor and doesn't attention to reject stories of unintended consequences scrutinize law that contain achieve the intention of making laws of life as a priority in any coherent moral theory. Plumber 15. Whatever moral view we adopt as important produce the risk that beings are eliminated catastrophe. There are so many future possible people all and will not be worth our attention take consequences into account what makes our lives go will be undermined when it is uncertain what the truth would have been like. But most of us have lives that are well worth living. Things should continue to improving. Advantage one is civil war. Civil war can rise up. Social questions are overwhelming. Why A20 civil war systems are ready to rise up with unspeakable death republics are ever unsteady. We are in the condition of the birth of a new civil coming. We are engaged in war wars, discussing hatreds, deepest prejudice, and fierce ideologies. Like in civil wars, many Western governments have developed conspiracy theories of each other through press and press military Americans got their imperfect selective weapon causing conspiratorial misconceptions of the level of little black people in rural America. The 1850 were defined for completely visions of our future and national sympathy increases racial empathy and recognition of structural factors including oppression increasing amnesty across those occurs well 17. National sympathy have a strong impact on persons that reflect greater empathy and perspective to participate in community participants have a greater losing the effort of economic, social, and political growth in U.S. and participation cultivates less pressure to participation population greater amnesty towards this group and civil war causes distinction. Other powers get drawn in causes nuclear war where the national unity is the only option tried after the athlete made 825. A civil war in America without an American many will fight for the lead China. Russia nuclear around another will just for whatever the war does. Another war with multiple nuclear powers will follow the administration needs to implement Saudi Arabia that will create a uniform American identity. People need to live the plurality of views without a recipe for war where separation creates unity of extremist which will lead to war the only which will avoid the trying to make unity for mainstream advantage to the sea hard gas having nestable military capacity expanded military is increasingly distant and those who serve are far less diverse unrestricted control increasing number duration of wars and threatens democracy. Chapter 11. The U.S. military society are part of the professional military that has been rewarded for more than a decade. People are not involved in the military. They don't lose but soldiers die. They're not forced to pay the jail sentence while engaged in the ground. How can we make civil control of the military hard to continue? If the military drifts away from us, people has catastrophic outcome when we come back from now because so few are engaged with 100 million are in uniform without a draft that tend to stay longer or solidify further American mainstream the ADFC brotherly inconstant public gave the president a stronger hand in sending forces into harm's way. The common pattern between the military and the citizens, the fulcrum the left refused power to enforcement society and military residents becoming right to come with bigger weapons without public investment. How the military forces need to become easy for both sides to get the system forces public actors and judgment and flywheel military excursion. We are on the brink. The gap is bigger than ever. Business Insider 720. The military has become more isolated civil than any period in history study. Sure, most Americans have shall be the men who would ask about specifically about how the military works in response for lucky age or no opinion or don't know. It's a self-perpetuating extent that all volunteer military small forces that show service to one of their first support, which deepens in vision and if you're structurally incapable of resolving this gap, no conflict can solve the case. Part of 13. The ADF issues equity persistence of civil military graphics grows to shape with liberal recognize the ADF is paid for legally needs force abroad. By limited prescription as a surgeon to set the U.S. paid too little attention to military suicides. Recruiting protection wasn't put the church of public during Vietnam conscription. Data set against the war and effectively crumble remains unclear whether a nation can make strategic decisions less than for personal protection situational awareness. This instruction spill over into the alienation and those purposes not being are just above minimum wage. This instruction spill over to Americans that need to get educated decision made by leaders and practices impact. We've been turned to taxation by promoted interventions and and economic disparity and trust and dynamic particularly dangerous to overall perception of weakness by escalating crisis to nuclear level Claire 17. Trump is going to face international crisis by telling the risk of nuclear escalation. No, the SP has false reaching the Middle East transition proves disruptor and revisionist seeking to alter global power equation in the Trump administration. Africans should expect more Trump response to these factors. One should ensure that this moment of potential international crisis caucus are taken each one of these factions. They would know which will be the first one. Draw a part 2 of the plan. Plan checks. The United States federal government should get 1% of active duty forces from families who earn an income exceeding $250,000 through compulsory national service. And the plan sufficient to solve 50,000 draftees is enough to close the civil military capitalist and foreign intervention, producing more coherent foreign policy and still sensitive democracy more tech. 2% of the population reported the war in Afghanistan was their biggest concern. The country went and predicted the business and for draft of us, a nation free from the anti-war movement, abolishing military service to undermine our democracy by keeping population innocent for while wars continue overseeing natural fallen star where the worst got a pass in proposal instead of active and current active duty forces and 1.5 million being drafted for 50,000 Americans. 6% will return the American military back to a democratic foundation and melting pot. Sending check on military foreign policy would make a war a real complication. Your sense of not reliable to be public and harmed by our centuries one dominated by war wars go on out with any real sense of accountability and a life experience. This time national supply the army with bodies that is like connection between politics and military establishment system distributes more actively the burden of war and ignore any real evidence. The social science evidence proves that the draft reduces support for worlds. 11 social scientific evidence suggests that students need to be careful when it is mass public support for war, making it more difficult for president to take the country war to start consistent downward pressure the support for war direct linkage between districts support for war and support falls by 17% the way the U.S. recruits substantially influence public support to safety and factor ADF is proper condition that facilitates bringing support by American presidents and our U.S. presidents and national service unites U.S. Radical common culture self partisan to 5 days a month. H20 to bring it down to 5 nation Canada compulsory national service wise our nations unified a lack of understanding of experience including involved the young citizens and what we have in common. Our republic accomplished national service and created common culture national service military national service with force that we don't think the left should coexist. That's I've heard.
You got everything?
Yep.
Your time. Okay. On your first advantage, actually, let's go into the framework. What's the warrant with McClose?
2 warrants. So first of all, it's a question of sort of what empirically people do when they talk about sort of a deontological needs-based focus versus a consequence focus. Our argument is that when people are like pass a policy or talk about an action, when they only focus on the intent of that action, it is a way to sort of occlude racial violence. So for example, people were like the intent of the war on drugs is one to like have people have better health, but the consequences
the warrant
are
is
super racialized and bad.
empirically consequences have been shown to lead to bad empirical outcomes.
No, that's like exactly the opposite.
Wait, if the crux of the warrant is that deont empirically has been proven to be false, doesn't that assume empiricism?
Whoa. So my argument is that when we focus on this message of, oh, we didn't mean for something to happen, it just allows racial violence to reproduce
So
itself
not
and go
focusing
under
on
the rug.
consequences leads to more bad consequences?
Not focusing on consequences allows domination of other people, which is bad. It,
On
like,
your
it
advantage
actively
point.
excludes people from the moral sphere.
Your solvency, your Mo and Con evidence,
Yeah.
this is about how Teach for America programs
No,
have
so
increased
they
racial-
did several different studies. Some of it is about Teach for America, but they also make broader implications. You read the whole article to
Wait,
military service and other
If the
forms
methodology,
of national service.
if the methodology was
So
Teach
the
for America,
person, so the
Teach
people
for
who
America
wrote the
program.
article, which you have to read the whole thing, the broader implication of the article is that all national service programs,
Okay,
including
right.
the military,
But
would
the
have
study
similar
was
results.
only conducted for Teach for America programs, right? How is that relevant to military? I understand the like what you're trying to
So
say.
several arguments. So first of all, because they made those implications onto the military, it's just invalid because they do case studies and things all the time. Second is that the
Wait, did they do a
demographics of the
case study
study.
of the
Second is
military?
that the demographics of the study are really good and they really apply to what the 1AC is talking about, i.e., rich upper class people
Did they
interacting with
do
people
a
of lower
study of the military?
socioeconomic status, often
Yeah, thanks for
like
answering the question.
racialized
Did they
bodies
do a
as
study of the
stated in
military?
question.
Did
What?
they do a study of the military?
I answered that question.
Yes, sir.
I said that they made implications from the case study onto the
Okay, so
military.
let's see. Let's go to your solvency under your plan. Your Morris evidence. What's the warrant? As to why is it an empirical warrant? Like has this due to
So the
15,000
bottom
sufficient?
half of the card is really good. It talks about how this is sort of a sanity check on our ability to sort of go to war endlessly and without any sort of accountability. There's a couple more warrants. Do you want me to go
So
through them?
it's not an empirical warrant. You just like makes like a couple of logical deductions.
Well, they studied like sort of the way that conscription and sort of the way that
So it was a
American,
study.
like the way that
Was it a
American
study, yes or no?
politicians. What do you mean by a study? This
Like,
is
did they
someone,
study 15,000
Well,
people?
this is like a scholarly
So
article.
it is a series of
obviously-
logical deductions.
I don't know what that means. It's a scholarly article where they analyzed what the effect of this plan would be.
Starting from,
Basically, can you come over here and just ban me for the rest of the meetings?
Wow. I thought he was about to do it.
I know, I was like tired of getting up so quick.
It looked like he was about to do it.
I would have felt so bad.
I think the stand incident is still a bit worse than you. The stand with Ryan.
So is it true that if you think about cold things, you can make yourself colder? Or is that like a urban legend?
You can test it and let us know, but I'm skeptical. I don't know.
Penguins are cool, human term.
You kind of said 3 words.
Those are all the things I said, cool, except for spiders.
You have to get a room change email, so.
sweat like over at church.
Alright. Sorry. So no-
How much prep time is that?
I had 224, but I'm sure you'll.
That's fine.
Hurry up, please. Do you mind if I borrow your stack? They're very good.
Is the order on pace just top down?
Yes.
Hey.
Is anyone not ready? Okay, everyone's good.
First off, is the interpretation you affirm must spend national service universally. In other words, they must spend all people constructed. This means that 2 years in the military ages mean that 2 year will eventually serve in the military when it comes of age. National service applies to all adults as long as they experience service. The system making adults military time, Army, Navy, Air Force, Foundation, Defense. randomly 1% of the army will be dropped out of 15 people over 2 years. We dropped $1 with 230 million citizens serving limited points to justify tons of activities by cyber superior for Dr. Lynch, white people, that teachers, list goes on and on under your generic class and take a small group over report the topic precisely as soon as they're away. We don't ever limit. They still get to reach the advantage areas, respect important areas, their service side limits, speed of fairness, students and can never fairly use the activity exploded. Represent they know that once they have to overtime, but unfair to be correctly go by the rule based on wins and losses to drop bitter drop in 30 accuracy, which is severance means that they are moving targeted jacks negative options into an iron competing into which arbitrary self-serving kills it. What the judge consider good, bad, or no, yes, they should have for being topical, and that justifies you voting after any topical plan on base creates a chilling fact where debaters are scared to read their losing prep out counter pure proliferating each topic personally after that they depend on people being conservative plenty of literature and consider check adventure. So and class relation unity gut checks that they literally could have defended whole resident read the same advantages next. Often imagine in engaging in the activity always ask why we engage you. For example, we playing chess, I ask you why you move your pawn forward with you give an answer though because I'm playing chess there's regress I get that I can question your answer with why to infinity only constitutives of solve by running binding multi-activity and constitutive feature of being mentioned rational factoring you question whether we want to concede the authority which is either reflecting on that as practical action is to get ability
Clear.
next. The rational factor requires that we maximum we act on the universalizable and irreversible equals for the non-operator distinction between agents normal speed norms must be universally valid and willing coercion and contradiction is that you extend your freedom so simultaneously undermining the ability to act in the first place. Thus, the standard is respecting freedom prefer all frameworks respect liberty but only be responsible for actions you choose to do them, but the choice of law requires people to pick which actions that afford that's accountability. For example, if someone pulls a gun to my head and makes me steal someone's apple, I'm not really culpable. I was a free impact calculus. There's two types of duties: perfect duties are duties not to take action like murder. For example, one perfect duties are duties to help out like donating in charity. Perfect duties come first, and perfect violation, not contradiction of universal freedom. Since we can envision a world without charity, but not a world where every murder is I contend negate. You have a perfect duty negate a compulsory national service by relates to rights of individual not to be coerced. Second 11. I think it's a national source in nor countries, individual links, society, will say, of course, positive act of violation, self-ownership, dignity, human being, all positive act, obligations, voluntary suggest obligations, see virtue, being born morally wrong, compulsory national service, precedence in service, how to consistent tenants, free society, next off compulsory services, cost millions to being harmless, sorry, non-compliers are criminalized, that's 2016 reform, direct to make funds that one refuse to participate, man, jail for not registering criminal life, large swell relations, for penal, and with always lax or off 5 years in prison sentence to 70%, 1.5 million, who are supposed to have registered and conscription, causes crime, massive inequalities, comprehensive data sets negate. Sure, I'll concede that you use empirics first, not anecdotal evidences, super empirical, hegemonical, and then linked with 16 studying modern cohorts of comprehensive set of market outcomes with military service significantly increased the likelihood of crime number of crimes between 1823 and 30 across all crime categories, large and magnitude, incapacitation on large electric break cycle, current prescription reports already existing inequality, likelihood of future success and incarceration for political exclusion makes upward mobility and possible reintegration for poverty and incarceration turns year after that will quantify the lynching convicts makes them social smiles of slaves they weigh on political has to control the bodies that they are official enslaved population kind of flows income the world level world towns are career federal funding public money to providing service to divert the benefit of municipalities in enumeration transfer political influence in the host of country deadening the electoral strength of blacks and Latinos the prisoners and chance of political influence to pursue social employment cable platforms criminalization poverty and general escalation. Now let's go on case on your framework. A point is that on your first card the look at the warrant it's really bad. It's not focusing on consequences leads to worse consequence that is super circular that assumes consequential in the first place consequential is coherent from problem induction to some basic pyramid triggers working problem induction concerns not to predict the principle cannot be proved definitely not contingent nor previous support inductively organized and reliable past would beg the question was why do we prove there is literally no justification for induction. Second is that prediction is false when the actively dominant effect economics that's respect in the end for example if I see that could lead to a butterfly effect that forms into a hurricane kill thousands there's no point at which consequences stop being relevant. Third point is consequential cannot guide action which allows some other external firm for all action guidance states certain actions that requires a reason for case external consequences the reason regret must be ground operative 10 force the consequential as a result of a bigger harm can outweigh smaller. There's always a non-zero chance of a bigger harm in the future. There's no arbitrary point at which consequences stop being relevant. Also on your next part my framework cares about things like for example take the perfect imperfect distinction I have in mind in calculation. Murder is bad in my first argument that we shouldn't look at foreseen harm. We still care about people dying now. Let's go on your first advantage point is that the plan can't solve for that. It's way too wide. When across by your own card talks about the in the scope civil and military capital as why and also plan it's to do and specifically it's why technology military mission creep and traffic is only one of the approximate causes of 13 factors. To shots of relations and citing the draft technology itself and so because as military role is then part beyond traditional battlefield development that present maximally powerful sovereign the minimum citizen engagement and comprehension and turns out to drafts for the civil military relations meter the military leader's supposed plan it is way better than his than results having under a plan that's LACO 3 the best reason for not going draft a non-member in chief society is asking one the people responsible for protecting the country all face common Vietnam they're internally appointed with army can result draft most war mistakes would not be repeated one of the mistakes was a draft on overview to first advantage your plan does not solve civil war your evidence is horrible your own kind of 17 evidence. It's about Teach for America, not civilian service. The study had nothing to do with the military. It was Teach for America program where college students go out and like help poor communities at the moment. This is your author movement, 17 national program, service programs that being instituted, problems due selection bias, who are from selection bias, problem by studying Teach for America, problem national service organization. And second, that movement, constant national service, increase racial and people who participate in programs. Yeah, doesn't do anything to prevent civil war. All that people have, 8 points that tools to be conscripted in the military. Point that 99% of 18, 20-year-olds won't get conscription. There's literally 15,000 people left, which means that there are over 200 million people left to start the civil war, and you're taking advantage on your visitors inside evidence to make it break. The only argument that the military has been more civilly consolided than any period in recent history caused by the government that's actually proves over uniqueness overwhelms the link. Second point is that the crossfire they said here, things like crime and stuff like that deter us from stopping from reaching the gap between civilian and military, and also the turns independently could lead to backlash and people bringing out their innate violence on your sniper, 10 of this power tech doesn't talk about defense budget at all. There's only one line about national service, saving money, medical care for veterans, but that would have less people understood better when they return for war. Second, as the court says that terrorism will be a result of us pulling out of Iraq and Afghanistan. The card has nothing to do with compulsory service. There's the MR guide. Read the card. It's horrible. And on your Claire 17 evidence an argument in the after why the plan some jumps to Trump perception if he did anything to them more military power. You're conscripting more people to plan. Also, that the military is accountable to Trump trial. Empirically proven Trump does whatever he wants in school on your specifically on your Morris evidence. This is where the crux of your case is, where you lie all of your solvency 8-point cross-apply is cross-apply that only empirical evidence matters. You said that to yourself, and this is not empirical. It's just a bunch of assumptions this guy makes. And it relies on that people oppose war because they will be affected by the draft. There's no warrant why such small risk that your child will be drafted into the military sufficient to change the way people feel about the military. There's millions of other people.
We have something like selective service right now. We have taxes. You have to go to jury duty. Why are those all violations of freedom or people's rights of self-determination?
So is jury duty a violation of freedom? Is that the question?
Yeah, or selective service. Those two things already exist, right?
Well, the NC doesn't speak to that, but if you want me to say it
So
could
why does it-
potentially be.
So it potentially. Why would they not be? It's exactly the same thing. Selective service is the same thing as the draft. So it would be a violation, right?
Sure, but
So-
again, my NC doesn't speak.
So why does it? Okay, so
Like
what is the impact of sort of like having your freedom violated?
it's inconsistent with you having intrinsic value as a reasoner, i.e., since you are a reasoner.
So if we already have something like the selective service, it already intrinsically violates you as an agent. So
Okay.
why
so
do you
there-
have a unique
There exists immoral things in the status quo. Of course, there exists immoral things in the status quo. I don't have to prove that.
But right now, if people don't have the freedom that they you said that the impact is that people aren't agents when they don't have the freedom and they're coerced, right? So why does it matter if they're already coerced?
I never said that people lose their agency when they're coerced. Obviously, if I punch you, you're not going to stop being an agent. You're still going to have practical reasons. You're still going to make decisions.
Okay,
right?
so then what is the impact of the NC that even if you're coerced, that it doesn't do anything? You're still an agent.
You're thinking like this. You're looking at this through a mindset of aggregation, right? It's not about amount of coercion, right? It's the fact that the action of the AC is coercive. Obviously, immorality exists in the scope. People are coerced in the scope. I don't have to deny that. All I have to prove is that the action of the AC
Okay, I'm
is
gonna move on.
intrinsically coercive.
So you say that induction fails. Why?
The argument is there's no justification for induction, i.e., there's no reason why things that have happened in the past will happen in the future. For example, there's no, do you want me to give you an example?
But part of the NC strategy was empirics are important. You should look at empirics.
Right, if I lose my framework, under util, empirics over analytics, that was the argument.
Wait, so you made two
It
contradictory
wasn't
arguments?
if-then, it wasn't if-then.
Wait, so
if
why do you
Kant is
not-
false, then you look to empirics.
No,
Obviously, I
so
can
why
be
is
strengths
it?
to your
Why does
framework.
it disprove util that if there's not 100% certainty that things will repeat themselves, somehow you can't?
The argument is that you are basing your ethic on the logic of induction, but there is no way to prove that induction is true, right? So your ethic is flawed in that there's no justification for the meta constraint of induction.
Sure. So the incarceration is that why do people get incarcerated?
Because they refuse to register in the draft.
So rich people will just be like, yeah, I'd rather go to federal prison.
No, yeah, they're gonna be like, wait, you're denying me of my rich lifestyle? Heck no, and then they're gonna be sent to prison. That's the argument.
Prison's definitely better than marriage.
Sorry, correct.
Yes.
Oh crap. My computer just turned on, so FYI.
To one. T, the app, the NC, yeah, that's good. Alright,
Sorry. You just wanted me to
You probably did. My computer's still loading.
What's the order, India?
sorry, T, app, the NC, the dispatch. I'm gonna do all the util stuff on the NC, so even just the answer.
Okay.
So, I don't know how that. Trying my best here, Ron. Okay, so we're doing good. Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't know. It's still there. Sorry.
Doesn't
did change it.
Yeah, I saw that. Thank God.
I didn't get it.
She sent it to all of us. I'm looking
Yeah,
at
I
it.
got it.
Connect with the internet.
It's I mean it's slow.
If you need to just flash it, that is fine.
Okay.
You got it?
No, I flashing plug.
Okay.
Love that mess, man.
What do you see? Oh, it's at the bottom of the doc. Oh, it's at the bottom. Sorry, forgive me. The doc was named 186.
Just leave it. We'll need it again, I suspect.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
Excellent.
Counterpretation, the outdated feather substance, people, circumstances, the national service, national service, many definitions, topic, extent, the national, the draft civilian service, not posing, happens, pick the internet, whose service applies to, lines 16, there are multiple different ways to define national service can be military or community service, action narrative, what the applicants ought to define who would be services, because the rest of us says who is being drafted, if everyone has the opportunity to narrow topic one, no case fees, every service proposal excludes exemptions for disability or punctuation, objection being no further, but truly universal, second, no law threat to get cases, this and that, apply to compulsion like coercion or militarism, top two narratives don't require universality, three, then picks out weight, universal implementation, allows infinite identity or geography, make picks out no answers in literature, combined with the 1AR, this research is fair to make the application possible to next become with qualifications to be generic for the 1AR, and then a 4 prefer descriptive and normative evidence, A, fair to teach that they have some applicant of universal compulsion, those are generally not peer reviewed, often cases printed by uninformed applicants, here are arguments, we answer questionnaires with the picks argument, it also takes out the TVA because it proves out if we just run the whole risk, they'll pick out a small subset and destroy some, they'll pick to make, yeah. The use of antidepressants people are increasingly polarized and more extreme fractions. The absolute of worldwide increases exposure and understanding the dissipation group that are frequently used more anti towards those groups that smell. Our evidence is actually really good because it talks about rich people's interacting with minority people. And the topic paper, talks about how it applies to the military, which means that we still look back at empirical analysis and second draft deals with common experience among all Americans. Use the risk that someone can be drafted sufficient of self-historical presence with the safety proof that the draft is unifying and unites social movement together, which outweighs unhistoricity. This outweighs all of your impact one magnitude escalation. Other countries vie for the lead draft and multiple nuclear powers causes extinction also weighs on skill because it brings in literally an Armageddon. Second, is probability of freely proving action and service can diffuse racial intention that's built through broader rejections of professional and police violence, hate crimes, and support for policies that benefit marginalized communities. This controls the advantage of the internally to all of their disad arguments because it means we can have broader movements to get for prison reform and things like that, which solves the terminal impact of the disad. Now, so line by line down, moving forward to answer the moment code, and we'll concede that we can't solve the gap. Your only argument that's often for you is that generals oppose the draft, but their argument is just that they didn't like it how a bunch of unmotivated people joined the army, but the argument is that the poverty draft already does that, which non-uniques this impact because a lot of people who don't want to be part of the military are already there now. Yeah, so we can see the second advantage, the energy. Prefer util one actor specific obligation, police that has duty to arrest criminals, but civilian governments have to use util because they have to arbitrate between different interests, limited information and aggregation, which proves that there are trade-offs. Second, life is a prerequisite to their ethical theory. Extinction outweighs their offense because there's a prior question of having that agency in the first place. Now, your util interests are kind of silly. First, you say that we're not able to tell things based on past experiences, but we use the best of our ability in weighing techniques to find out how to make those predictions and how to do those things. The fact that the government can use it right now proves that util is portable. You said there's infinite number of things that infinite number of consequences. Sure, but we use probability weighing and things like that to figure out which ones are the most relevant. The last one is that you can't guide action because there's some sort of external framework, but our argument is that consequence focus is always key because people want to maximize their ability to have a life in the first place. And open to your often view, McCluskey says that the McCluskey evidence says that kind of things are unintended consequences are excused in racial bounds and reach from their domination, which is worst violation under the framework. Turns the entity in prison and framework collapses into arms because it's only protected versus coercion and rejecting spikes because they're exclusion. of jail. They would rather go serve in the military than prison, which takes out all their options in. It takes out all their options in knowing if people did somehow manage to trust staff, they would end up dodging things and use things like college exceptions. They wouldn't go to jail. Like here in Moscow, when 40% of driving behavior men heard across the economic times and you can be capital intensive actions that decrease the chance of being driving cut the car there. And also, they say that people will be more likely to do crime, but this depends on people. This is literally rich people. They have the lowest percentage of crime likelihood of any people, which proves that there's literally no link to our way of thinking.
You read everything? You said you need or actually, if you want, you can just
I mean, a lot of it.
put from my note.
I mean, I can just like leave them like cards forever. Is that what you want?
If there were any proven analytical cards that you read, I want those. If there were any proven analytics in cards that you did not read, I do not want those. Also, my computer's almost dead.
I mean, fair warning, I did X time. I left all the cards in there.
Sorry.
A lot of it is not pre-written and different from the document.
Yeah. Okay. It's fine. I had 2 minutes and 20.
224.
You say your first advantage outweighs on probability because it's empirically proven that national service can diffuse racialized tension. Where is it empirically proven? Is that the Milcan evidence?
Wait, what? The argument, I extended no.
And the reason it's legit is because it talks about the military as well. Just making sure. You're good. Sure. What's your response to the Lacey evidence?
It says, the argument was that they're angry because people don't really want to be in the military, but that is not unique because people, as part of poverty draft, don't want to be in the military, so they have just disenthused, I don't know if that's the word, unenthused, soldiers.
Okay. What's your argument against the second link in the dissent? It's like conscription, like I said, conscription leads to people becoming criminalized.
Oh, the crime link,
Yeah.
there. Oh, the crime link, I said that because they're like already set such a low rate of like crime, it wouldn't increase their rate of crime. Because rich people are very underrepresented in crime statistics, so.
Do you have a study for that?
Everything I read that was like.
Wait, do you have like a study that says rich people are underrepresented in crime statistics?
Not that I said.
Is it cool? Yeah, it is awkward. Okay, I just split my screen. Turn down brightness. Okay, orders super quick on T. said the AC, and then NC at the end maybe. Or super quick on C, this said AC, NC maybe.
Where's specifically on this?
Advantage 1.
Okay.
Is everything good?
Yep.
Overview to the round. I'll concede to you. You can see that there's no RBI because of X and the chilling effect argument. The people about the T-cell chilling that theory. Now let's go on substance. On the util debate, you're losing super bad. You can see the second. Like we will make one argument that rich people are already underrepresented, and perhaps they say put this assumption you don't have any methodology for this viewpoint is that you can see the crux of the argument is that sure even if rich people don't commit crimes now, when they get conscripted, they will commit crimes. You also the only argument you could possibly go for is this no link argument about how you only affect 15,000 people, but this is reciprocal. If this means no link from the distance, that means you also have no link into your first advantage because all your evidence is about how 15,000 people is enough to create some sort of culture change, some sort of activist change. But if all these people become criminals, then obviously that's going to work both ways. If everyone becomes criminalized, then this court solution for the bad. The next point is on the dissent. You can see the impact. So under util debate, I weigh on strength of link. So even if you buy your magnitude probability weighing, it doesn't matter because in the context of this round, my arguments are more true as long as I have any defense in strength of link weighing comes first because I have the 100% possible probability of my arguments happening, and then that means that magnitude. Then obviously always extend the impact that incarceration, foreign political inclusion creates upward mobility and possible reentrenching, further poverty and discrimination. That's a core quant. Evidence and this outweighs the ever extinction impact. One is that if I win my argument against her empirics, then you pull the trigger there because you extend from that one see that empirical evidence was first. C made that argument and empirics come first. She made that argument in the 1 year, but at the point where your only empirical evidence or only empirical study for solvency is based on that Teach for America and has nothing to do with the military, then the empirical warrant within that card doesn't make sense. Sure, even if the card expands on it and talks about how this could potentially be in the military, there's no empirical warrant backing up that expansion, which means that my evidence is always going to outweigh. Let's go on the affirmative. You can see a couple of crux arguments here first. Actually, let's respond to your when you say that always on magnitude escalate to other countries via prelude. 8 points at the other crossed by the strength of Blake weighting. I 100% probability my effect happening. B point is that there's no warrant. That's a civil war right now. Escalating into other countries would cause violence in those other countries. Just volunteer, which means that your escalation arguments is actually it's a super. Exaggerated. That's the word I'm looking for. On your probability argument, on your probability argument, strength of link is also probability over magnitude because obviously things like extinction haven't happened in millions of years or ever towards humanity. It's probability. So it controls how it has more control over whether that's the size of impact over matters in the first place. Now, So. Sorry, I'm kind of flustered. Just overview to the util debate. It's extremely simple warrant. The dissent is almost clearly conceded. She concedes the second link, has no methodology for that argument. Her only possible argument is this dissent only affects 15,000 people. But again, that goes both ways. If there are 200 million people that aren't drafted, civil war probably will still happen. So that argument is 100% not unique. I have 100% strength of link into my impact. So automatically you pull the trigger there under util. But even if you don't buy that, her only solvency is this card, which is not empirically warranted to say that conscription will close this divide. Oh, actually, and she also concedes this Lacey evidence. Extend the Lacey evidence that rich people are obviously not going to that people don't want to be drafted, so they're not going to want. So they're not. Obviously, it's going to create a bigger gap. When she said that, she says that it doesn't matter, but this is specifically exacerbated by the fact that Alex and her argument, rich people obviously aren't going to want to go into the military. That means that it exacerbated in this specific instance of the app. It's going to create a bigger civilian military. That combined with the Nelson evidence about
how the alternative to going to the military is going to prison means that it's going to be create even greater backlash, i.e., put yourself in the foot of a rich person. Either you go to the military, you go to prison. That's going to create huge resentment, So both of those arguments and corrects prove why the Lacey evidence specifically takes out any of her solvency. So that's basically terminal leaps against the solvency, because there's no way she can solve for the gap between the military and the civilian. Also, to the extent that her own evidence proves that uniqueness over one's link, i.e., she proves right now in this quote the gap is huge. Actually, I can just go and see. But yeah, it's super clear on offense. And she conceded empirics first as well. My evidence as to why conscription leads to criminals is empiric, it's a study, right? On the unseen. Extended constitutive needs to be the basis for ethics, because anything else needs to infinite regress. I can ask why we care about specific things. So I'll specifically indicts her particle consequences, i.e., the crux of her warrant is that not focusing on consequences leads to worse consequences, which obviously is circular, which means that only my firm can be finding. Also, she doesn't turn my favor, so you should evaluate the question about this and want to see why 100% actually. I'm not going to. I'm winning under you, so it's pretty clear.
So are we just taking the ends?
Yeah, yes.
Taking the ends? Okay.
How much time?
I already started it. It was too low.
Prep for the 2AR.
Okay. The app page. Then the sorry. Everyone get it? You consider that life is a prerequisite to other impacts from the affirmative debate, which means that extinction outweighs your office poses a prior question to being able to experience other impacts. You consider the magnitude argument for the life which is game over issue now. The case debate you found that you was TFA doesn't mean that it's not applicable to the military. You can consider our argument that they make broader conclusions they make a broader application to the military in the conclusion, and also you consider a demographics argument that is way more particular to what the app plan is, which is a small group of white affluent people interacting with minorities, which means that it's way more contextual to what the AC plan is, which means that even if you have empirics, those empirics are not applicable to the AC plan. There's not a lot of comparative weight down the last page, which means that you should prefer these one AR argument. The second argument we went for is that the draft equals a common experience among all Americans, even at the risk that someone could be drafted sufficient to solve historical precedent for the 60s prove that the draft is unifying the United social movement together. You can see the historicity, which is the arc of the cards at the bottom of the 1EC that talk about how even the risk that someone could be drafted means people want to unite together. Your backlash argument is literally our solvency argument, because rich people hate the military so much they will unite across social groups to be able to be like, no, we shouldn't have these sorts of divisions, which solves the Civil War advantage, which takes out all of your arguments. The only other option you have on the case page is that generals oppose the plan because people don't want to be part of the military, right? You can see that the non-unique argument that the people that are part of the APF as part of the poverty trap already hate being part of the military, which non-uniques your options because they already have people who hate being part of the military, which takes out all the options you have here. You should vote on the magnitude weighing. It was completely conceded. You conceded extinction comes first, but will also win probability. You conceded that we solved the terminal impact of the disad. And the last thing you said, you considered that it's severely for national service can diffuse racialized tension that spills over to broader projections of poverty, like police violence, hate crimes, and support a policy that benefit marginalized communities, which means that we result in things like CJS performed that solve the terminal impact of the case, which means that there's no unique neg offense in this round. You should start this argument. It was in the 1AR and really clearly flagged in the 1AR. Now, the disad case, there's two arguments going to go for review. First is you conceded that it is literally only 15,000 people, and that right now the people, rich people, are so underrepresented in crime statistics that there is literally zero way that 15,000 people would increase crime so much that it would outweigh literal extinction and large-scale social movements, which is conceded argument. Even if we didn't read empirics within the speech, or empirics are super vague, and let's just use logic here. Rich people do not commit crimes at the same rate as other demographics do. There's no link at 15,000 people. It is such a small impact. You've also conceded that right now there won't be a lot of draft dodging because people are just forced to go, which means that there wouldn't have the opportunity to do the crime anyway. We also wait on time frame because the extinction would happen now, whereas all of your impacts take literally like 2 to 3 years to happen, which outweighs everything you said. We solved their terminal impact. There's no unique neg offense. We want extinction. Correct.
Do you want to go get water outside?
Can I just go stand outside? Is everyone
Yeah.